Today on this episode of Bike Talk, we're talking brake compounds. We all love cracking open the throttle and blasting off down the road, but being able to stop at the other end does have its advantages too. Brake maintenance can be one of those jobs that keeps being put off, but your brakes are among the most important components on any motorcycle, if not the most important, and ensuring you maintain them is important for performance and safety in equal measure. One of the main reasons riders keep putting off changing their brake pads is because of the perceived difficulty of doing so, as well as the huge variety of compounds and styles on offer, which can be confusing at the best of times. So, we're here to try and explain the differences and help you pick the right pad for your bike. Here at Bike It, we're the exclusive distributor of AP pads. AP Racing are world renowned for their quality and application range on 2 and 4 wheels, with a trophy cabinet that will rival Lewis Hamilton and Marc Marquez combined. But don't think that AP is just about racing. There are applications for those that tour, commute, or go off-road too. We'll focus on the 2 most common pad materials, organic and sintered. Once you understand the basics and benefits of each type, you'll be better armed to pick the right pad for your bike and riding style. Let's start with organic pads. For the casual road rider, organic brake pads are a solid choice. They are made from a mix of fibres and fillers that are bonded together with resin. One of the big advantages that riders enjoy from organic motorcycle brake pads is their feel. The softer makeup of the pads provides the rider with a more progressive, less grabby feel, contrary to the abrupt bite of sintered or carbon pads. The low initial bite of the pads will give you more control, especially at lower speeds. Another benefit of organic pads is that they produce very little wear on discs. This is great if you don't want to replace discs often or if your discs are not suited for sintered pads. The softer materials that are used to make organic brake pads make them far quieter than other types too. Organic pads produce very little brake dust that makes cleaning a breeze too. Organic brake pads do have some downsides though. You will have to change these pads far more often than you would with sintered pads. The softer makeup does mean they wear down far more rapidly. Another downside is that they do not tolerate excessive heat, losing their coefficient of friction once they reach their maximum operation temperature, which causes a loss in braking performance and even more rapid deterioration of the pad. Next up, sintered pads. So what is a sintered brake pad? Sintering is simply a process of fusing metallic particles under heat and pressure to create a compound that is very resistant to friction. AP Racing uses its patented NRS technology to do this. NRS used raised steel hooks that facilitate a mechanical bond between the brake pad backplate and the friction material. Almost all manufacturers now use sintered pads as OE fitments because they cover such a broad spectrum of performance across different conditions, from sun to rain. But it's the racetrack where sintered brakes shine the most. Racers rely most heavily on the brakes as more heat is generated, though this can be also true in the city and on very hilly terrain. The nearly pure metal construction of sintered brake pads provides a stable coefficient of friction from hot to cold. This cuts down on warm-up time and the brakes produce a good bite right away. They can also handle the extreme heat from a lot of brake use and won't fade like the organic pads will. Not only will these pads perform well under extreme heat stress, but they will typically last longer than any other type too. Sintered brake pads are an excellent choice if you regularly experience varying riding conditions, as they perform well in just about any weather condition, including rain and snow and mud, because of their porous nature. But it's not all good news, as they do have their drawbacks too. One of these is the wear and tear they put on discs. In fact, if your brake discs are not made to be used with sintered pads, you should absolutely not use them. Sintered pads produce far more wear on discs because they are so hard. If you are a casual rider who likes to opt for the easiest maintenance on your bike, you might want to choose organic pads because it's easier to change pads than discs. Sintered pads are also noticeably louder than organic pads when the brakes are applied and cost more per set too. So in summary, sintered pads are more durable than organic pads and will last longer because they handle all conditions. However, sintered pads do need to warm up before they work at their best and are also much more likely to be noisy. Installing pads is easy to do too, but you'll have to check out our how-to video to see just how easy it is, which you can find the link for in the description below. And that's everything we've got time for on this episode. Thank you very much for joining us. You know what to do. Hit that like button if you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more videos such as this, for more amazing content on brake pads, brake discs, other brake maintenance and other fun tricks that you'll want to know with your bike. And as always, thanks very much. We'll see you next time.